Gang, we're adding 20 new cities to that Stay Trashy tour for the fall and the winter, and you're not going to want to miss it, so come out and see the boys.
Yeah, gang, all tickets are going to be available on Tuesday, June 27th at rugarbage.com. We're doing some bigger venues that have a pre-sale, so if it asks for a pre-sale code, use code GARBAGE. Get your tickets at rugarbage.com. Let's party, gang. Woo!
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's new favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage? It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they grow up to be classy or if they're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition, baby. She is enjoying the summer, getting her free cup of coffee at Wawa.
Good for her.
She gets one every day.
Okay.
She's stealing it.
Sure.
My co-host is coming at you from right next to me. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage? He is an international businessman, and he's my best pal in the whole wide world, and I love him, and I don't care who knows it. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
What's up, everybody? Thanks
pal.
Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. As you know, those numbers are
True to roof.
cooking. Then obviously the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/RUGarbageGang. It's a fucking party over there. Check it out.
Ooh, yeah. How about a nice quick shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the Magic Man, makes us all look good, works the ones, the twos, the threes, and the fours. He crosses the T's and he dots the I's. Give it up for T-Bone McScruffins. Toby McMullen, everybody.
What up, dudes?
What up,
What's
T-Bone?
up, pal?
Man, we got one of the realest dudes in comedy in here,
man.
man. Well, all-time storyteller, this guy.
All time.
Out
baby.
the long hair ain't fucking lying, gang. We could not be more excited to have her incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. He is a very funny, very prolific stand-up comedian and storyteller, and you might have seen him in, but not limited to. You got Def Comedy Jam, you got BET's Comic View. This is not happening. Gotham Comedy Live. He's got a Comedy Central half hour at midnight. Church of What's Happening Now. Laugh Tracks. He has multiple stand-up specials, including last year's The Domino Effect, which has 9 million views over there on the YouTube.
Does some numbies.
And he just dropped a brand new amazing special, The Domino Effect 2, entitled Loss. It's got 1.5 million views in just a short couple of weeks, and we couldn't be more excited to have him here. Give it up for Ali Siddiq, everybody.
I thank you for that amazing intro.
You started laughing as soon as I
As soon as you get, hey! It's like,
He goes big on the hay.
yeah,
He does.
we were for the listener, we were having a deep conversation right
real.
before that. And as soon as I say action, I'm like, all right, there we go.
He turns into AM radio host real quick.
yeah, because my hay, like I start my show with a hey, but it's very low and monotone. It's like, hey, and you're like, hey, and we're ready. I'm like,
Coming at you.
He's a showman, baby. What can I say?
you know what's crazy? You sound like every white strip club DJ. Like every last one. Coming to the stage, y'all give it up for champagne. It's like all in there, like every last one.
Sure.
That was my dream job when I was a kid.
Look, it was mine too.
Yeah, everybody wanted to work in a strip club. dude.
And then my little brother, actually was a strip club DJ.
Really?
And then I tried to get him to stop doing it. I'm like, yo, stop being in these clubs all late at night with these butt naked women and smoking marijuana. I'm like, and then I started thinking about what I was saying. I'm like, no, live your life.
Yeah, it's the greatest job in the
Live your
world.
life.
What did he say? Did it live up to the expectations that a young boy would have?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go on DJ Done Deal, my brother's Instagram,
DJ Done Deal. That's
Yeah,
that is a great name.
it is a done deal. Like he is not quitting his job ever.
Sure, yeah.
DJ does.
Like he's gonna be like a 75-year-old man. Y'all give it up for Mercedes.
Oh man, still playing old school jams.
Oh man,
That's funny.
it's. But I will go and visit him at his job. Like
Sure.
just on occasions, hey man, I'm gonna swing by your job.
Sure.
See what you got going on. And I say I'm gonna swing by like
Sure.
it's not 4 o'clock in
Right.
the morning when I'm saying it. Like, where am I swinging from? It's not like I'm getting out of bed going to see him.
Drop
Like,
off some leftovers. You forgot to give him his birthday present, something like that. I'm gonna swing through and drop something off.
running some errands. I'll pop by. You working tonight?
Who
Yeah.
over there dancing? Who over there dancing tonight?
I gotta grab some dry cleaning nearby there. I'm gonna cruise through real quick. Give us the backstory. We know you're a Houston guy.
Yes, Houston guy.
And I do want to say this: the new special is unbelievable.
Fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
Thank
and I know when you open up, you were, when I was listening to it coming in, I was like, this is going to be fun because you were hitting on some things that we hit on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So give us the scoop here.
Which part of the scoop? Where you want to start? You know, people say that. Well, tell me about yourself. You're like, well, you want to start in '73, or you want to? Where you want to start?
Let's take it back to the beginning. You're born in Houston?
Born
and raised in Houston.
Yeah, born and raised in Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, lived a lot of other places, but born and raised in Houston. Family traveled around a little bit. I have no idea why my mom and my dad were both in Job Corps at the time. If y'all even know what that is.
What's Job Corps?
Job Corps is like when you just go in the world. You traveling. You're a traveling salesperson, like, and you damn near in the military. It's like, yeah, it's like you in the reserves, but you still not. You know, it's a weird.
Sounds real vague.
Is
I
it
like it.
connected to the military?
It's connected to a lot of things. It's like you. it's like you Red Cross / military / just randomly living, like you're a gypsy almost.
What were they doing? Was it?
I have no idea what they were doing, but they met. They were both like in their teens, one 15, one 16.
Okay.
And they very young. I'm like, what were y'all doing away from y'all families? This
that's young.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. Why wouldn't you with your family?
Yeah, you guys are children. What are you doing? Go home.
Did you run away and met this man? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
So, 2 sisters. And then I say 2 sisters because those are the people who I know from my mom.
Okay.
My pops
Could have been.
My brother is by my dad, and then I have another sister named Naomi. I have random people who are just hit me like, hey, I may be related to you.
Sure.
And like, who's your father? And they have his name. Sure. they know his name.
Are you related to DJ Dundeal?
I'm like, yo, this is definitely my dad. Like,
Have you ever heard of Job Corps? Fuck.
It's a weird. So I don't know how many siblings I actually have.
Okay.
So that's when.
Welcome to the show, baby.
Yeah, this is it.
Welcome to the show.
And then I'm scared. I'm almost scared to do like one of the 23 and
No.
That brings up just information you do not want to see.
Yeah.
Kids,
My mom did it a couple years ago. Don't they?
What happened?
Nothing.
It ruined
good.
Christmas.
And look, I was on the verge.
Don't do it,
I'm
man.
saying,
You got too much to lose.
I'm gonna do it, and then I'm watching.
You want to ruin your day and find out you might be Italian? Huh? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, you're Sicilian, all right? Got to go back and do all your specials over again.
So, I'm in Buffalo.
Start doing Maniscalco.
I'm in Buffalo, and I'm watching this show because I watched them. I watched a lot of XFiles and stuff that forensic files. I mean,
yeah.
I've been cooking on it all week. My wife's been out of town. That's on repeat.
yo, let me tell you,
Forget about
in
it.
forensic files, I watched so much of it that the lady who lived in my house, which I affectionately call her, she said, "Are you plotting to kill me?"
Sure.
I'm like, no.
But if I wanted to, I'd know how to do it.
Hey, I'm telling you, what's not gonna happen? I'm not gonna pull the trigger laying right next to you. Because apparently a lot of women do that one.
Yeah.
I don't know how he shot himself. Like, ma'am, did you remove your nightgown, ma'am?
Yeah.
So I'm watching this thing, and this lady, she's trying to find her, if she has any, people out there. And she knows her dad, but she was adopted, and I guess her dad ain't telling her nothing about her mom or whatever. So she does the 23andMe. She finds out that she has a sister, but the sister is in Vietnam.
Okay.
So you already know this is going
Yeah.
So she goes and tells her father, you have a daughter in Vietnam. And then they go through this whole story. I'm like, I I don't know. I used to tour overseas, and
Oh yeah, no. Then don't do it.
I just know that this
tour overseas.
it just I know it was a situation in Germany, man,
Oh God.
like 22 years ago.
You're gonna have
Like,
to start mailing Deutschmarks, dude.
I just feel
Be
like if
paying back child support and shit in euros. You don't want to do that.
man, I feel like if I do it, it's just something's gonna happen.
Don't. No. Yeah. Don't.
It is what it is.
It
Let
is.
sleeping
That's
dogs
it.
lie, dude.
That's it.
Don't go knocking on doors you don't want to open.
That's it.
Do they bring up everybody?
Well, well, that's the thing is, yes. Well, then you're in there, and then if someone else does it, it starts linking everybody together.
Oh, no.
And yeah, you don't want that. It's not just like it doesn't stop at I might have a cousin in Dallas.
It don't
And
stop
then,
there.
no, it fucking maps out to everybody.
Oh no!
Yeah,
and now they have a new thing
Oh, God.
that'll get you all the way down to like the very core of your genetic makeup.
Who
Yeah,
wants
and I
that?
don't buy that much. This one's, was related to like King Charles II and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about all that.
If you related to King Charles, it was like decades ago. I don't even think you had no stake.
Yeah,
in
no,
it.
you can't
In
be
the
knocking
ro-
on the door, being like,
Hey, I'm family.
"It's me, Charles."
That's what I'd be doing. I'm a goddamn baron.
Man, if you found out that you was the lord of something,
I'd
do
or
what?
the
I'd start-
Celtics. Oh yes.
I'd be over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would definitely. You'd see me in Wales with all the stuff on.
All the
And
stuff.
the last. You heard of the
He's
last
got that
king.
big collar
You
going.
heard the last king of Scotland. I'm the last prince of Wales. Like I would go.
Sure. Yeah,
Doing
you
a
would
little-
want. Yeah, get a
Doing
piece
little
of that
fox hunting.
for sure.
Okay, so
Okay,
you
we're
got
off
your-
to the races.
you got-
already.
yeah, I
A
love
lot
it.
of siblings.
Okay, a lot of maybe unknown siblings. Love
maybe,
it.
Maybe a child out there. I don't know.
Okay.
And then when your mom and dad had you, are you the oldest?
No, I am the middle.
Okay, so they were settled in Houston,
They were settled.
and
in
they were
Houston.
from Houston.
No.
No,
Mother's from California. Father's
Okay.
from Louisiana.
and why come they settled in Houston?
I have no idea. Oh, my dad's mother was in Houston.
Okay,
Okay.
your dad's
My
mom was in
grandmother.
Houston.
Yeah, she had moved from Louisiana to Houston, and she was running the YMCA.
Okay,
Very respectable.
very respectable.
Okay.
Learn to swim at a YMCA.
You learned to swim in the YMCA?
Yes,
I
I
learned
did.
how to swim in some apartments, getting pushed in by some bad child. Some child who probably is in prison for murder because he didn't even know if I could swim or not, just pushed me in the pool. Oh, so you drowning people very early, huh, sir?
That's how you learn, though.
And it's like, you learn with terror.
Yeah. You shouldn't be learning with your shoes on though.
Yeah,
that shouldn't be.
Yeah, man.
You should.
Jeans.
Yeah, you got a jacket on.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
it's the
think I
fuck.
had on corduroys maybe. I think because everybody wore corduroys back then. Yeah, I
That's
was
like
5.
cement.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah. It's like you learn how to swim in a puffy coat, like
You got a Tommy jacket on. You're flowing.
in a triple fat goose. You know how heavy that is.
Shout out to Triple Fat Goose. Those things are awesome. Man, everybody. Were they made well? Because everybody wanted one of those when I was a kid.
I think they were made.
That was before.
It
my
was
time.
Goose Down, right? That
Yeah,
was
it
like the
definitely a goose down.
Yeah.
The one with the orange inside.
Yeah, that was like a
Yeah.
big thing.
And then the feathers on the outside of the hood wasn't
They-
goose.
no,
That was
they
like
were. Yeah, they were. That was,
mouse or raccoon.
yeah,
or something.
fake fur. Yeah,
It was something.
It's beaver.
that was always so itchy. Beaver.
It was
A
definitely.
couple of belts on there.
All right. So when you're a little kid, your mom and dad, they're together.
Together.
Okay. And
up until I was like maybe 3.
up until you were 3,
And
who's
then-
in
then
the
they-
house?
In the house is my mom, my dad, and my older sister.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's the 4 of you.
Yes.
And then at 3 years old, your parents split up.
Okay. They separated, but still were dealing with each other off and on.
Okay.
Because I know, like 5 and 6, he was definitely in and out.
Sure.
He was definitely
Was
around.
there in mornings and shit? You're like, hey, what are you doing
like,
here?
Yeah, like what's up, man? I thought you was gone. And
Did he stay in Houston though? Was he
Yeah,
just
he
like?
stayed in Houston.
So he was close by.
Oh yeah, he wasn't far. Cause every birthday, like from 6 to about, I'm gonna give it about 8. I hated them birthdays because that's when my dad would try to use my birthday party to get back on my mom. You know, I was seeing dancing with her. She like, I don't want to dance. He did that. I'm like, why are you coming to my birthday party? You know, you don't do that with my sister. Like, why you using my party? So And
Watching your dad trying to get laid at 6 is a tough look.
It's just like,
That's like just watching your dad strike out.
man, like with a lady that he has 2 children by. Like,
It's like, buddy, pack it in.
yeah, like, hey, buddy, it's over.
Would he go all out for those birthdays,
I'm
though?
talking about go all out. Like this, and I'm like, you overdressed and everything, man. Like
It's Houston. It's hot as shit. Take the jacket off.
Hey, man, my dad had a full suit on. Yo, I'm just stopping by. Man, are you stopping by?
Drop these flowers off for your mother.
Man, I'm like, where's my gift, sir? Different, and he
Starts doing a Teddy Pendergrass song.
yeah, cut off the lights. Man, my father was, man, this is a nutcase, man. Which it made for good comedy. He was a good wild dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he would pop up here and there, and you know, I remember he beat my stepdad up one time.
This is what we're here for, baby.
Yeah, he beat-
This is why we play the game.
All right, so they split up. When does your mom get remarried?
It's not remarried, just resituated.
Sure. All right.
Very well put.
Resituated.
Resituated.
Yeah, that wasn't no marriage back then. It was just like, hey, we together.
We're going steady? Yeah.
Yeah, so about 9.
Okay.
About 9.
And he comes into the house, or you guys move it?
he comes into
He
the
comes
house,
into the house.
which is fucking sucked.
And what? Why was he not? Was he not
He
cool?
was very abusive.
Damn.
Shit.
Very abusive.
Your dad tuned him up though.
Like I called my dad and told him that he hit me, and my dad came.
Love
and-
that.
Really?
Love
You
that.
had one of those moments?
Yep.
Holy
And then
shit.
I remember
Oh, dude,
I remember
that's
how
awesome.
the maddest he's ever been in life at me. My stepdad at the time. My dad was whooping his ass, and I don't know how. What
Fucking
happened?
snitch.
Where my dad got put out the house and the door was locked. And I remember my dad, and I think this is the craziest he's ever. It was a low psychopathic moment. He was like, because he was trying to get in back in the house, and I remember I was by the door. My dad, I don't know how he even sensed that I was by the door. He was like, "Son, unlock the door." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Unlock the door." I unlocked the door, and my dad came right back in, was whooping my stepdad ass again.
That's such a great moment,
That's
dude.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, every divorced kid, no matter what the stepdad does, that's got to be the fantasy.
Yo,
My dad's going to beat your ass.
my dad.
Wait
beat
till my
the
dad hears
shit out
about
of him.
this.
Oh yeah, his name was Walter Campbell. My dad beat his ass straight out. And I remember living in that apartment. It was 2 times that my dad came over. I don't think most people haven't had a full out family fight, like a family versus another family.
Oh, together.
Yeah, together. So
Oh, that's
my
great,
sister is fighting this girl named Sean. I don't know how they even get into it. My sister fighting this girl named Sean, and the girl scratched my sister, and I push her. I was like, "Stop scratching and fight," because my sister can box. So I'm like, "Stop fucking scratching and fight." So when I pushed the girl,
Not even trying to break it up.
I'm not even
Fight
breaking
fair.
it up.
I want a
I'm
good,
like-
clean fight.
So her brother hits me. Her brother hit me, and we a whole boxing family. Like we all box. So I'm on her brother ass, and then
Your mom's putting a mouthpiece
no,
in.
and then his mom comes out and jumps on my sister. My mom comes out and's on his mom's ass. Boom. So her brother, the mom's brother, comes out. My stepdad is fighting his mom's brother.
The uncle.
Jesus
The
Christ.
uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Like the Hatfield of McCoys.
So then
Crazy.
they dad comes out and jumps on my stepdad, was fighting the uncle. My dad happens to be coming to the house.
He's got a full suit on.
Trying to fuck my mom.
My dad is not even scheduled to come to the house or nothing. He's dropping something out for my sister, and he just like, oh, my dad
Slowly takes the jacket off.
my
and
dad's
shit.
6'3", right? And so he's real smooth. Like he's like, oh, it's a fight. Like it's like he don't recognize who's fighting, and all of a sudden he sees us. He's like, oh well, shit. And he jumps on the dad, and it's like it's a full-fledged family brawl in these apartments called Willow Ridge Apartments in Houston off of Main. And we straight out fight, and we whooped they family ass.
That's like, you've lived movie scenes, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
That's like a Hollywood written scene.
Man, your
That's
dad
what-
showing up was all right.
Out of nowhere, my pops like, oh, motherfuckers out here fighting. I'm like, I didn't even realize that was him until it's like in the middle. I'm like, oh, this is my pops. Where the fuck my pops come from?
It's like something from the Avengers,
Dude,
dude.
that's crazy.
Shit was cool, man. And I never forget it. It was the coolest shit. It was right by the laundromat. It was crazy.
Man.
Like I know the details of this fight, like, because my pops was like so like, man, what's up? Like, yeah.
The last couple of minutes after that must have been like a couple of high fives going
well,
around.
when you had those stories, when you all link up, and like, you had him in a headlock,
My
and that's
mom.
the
you guys
best
are all
shit.
sitting there icing your knuckles.
My mom was like, I don't even know what happened. Like, yeah, you fucking fighting now.
Gang, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Calling all the screwballs out there. You got two of us here, right here in the room. Gang, do yourself a favor. Get a little online therapy going. It helps you out. I mean, how many times are you doing stuff for other people? What are you doing for yourselves?
Yeah.
That's what you got to ask. That's what I'm trying to learn.
Help me help you, baby.
Of course. You got to get on a little online therapy. It's good to talk to somebody. It's good to talk it out with somebody. Sometimes you don't have a certain specialist in your area, and BetterHelp can help with that.
Yeah, gang. I've always said, but
This guy's nuts.
talk therapy is a good tool to use throughout your life. You don't need to do it all the time, but just something to bounce it off of. For someone to hear the crazy in your head, what you think is nuts, and they go, yeah, it's not that crazy. Everybody does that. What are you talking about? Do this, do that. It's fucking fantastic. Clear your head a little bit.
I feel like that's what's directed at me.
Instead of turning to the hooch. Getting started is easy. Just take a quick survey about your preferences, and BetterHelp will match you with a licensed therapist. If your first therapist isn't a perfect fit, you can easily switch at any time at no extra charge. That's the big thing about
There you
BetterHelp.
go.
You get in the pool early, and then you figure it out. But it's, boom, get in the pool is the hardest part. Just jump in with BetterHelp. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/garbage today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/garbage. BetterHelp.com/garbage. Do it, gang. Fix yourself.
There you go. Okay, let's talk about Consori.
Shout out to the short kings out there and queens. We love you.
Shout out to the short kings and queens out there. This goes out to you, baby. Number one with a bullet. Do yourself a favor. You ever wish you were a little bit taller? Consori has you covered.
Yep.
Consori makes comfortable and stylish shoes that make you up to 2.8 inches taller. And as everybody knows, 2.8 inches
Goes a long way.
you're goddamn right it does. The height is built into the shoe, so nobody's got to know your business.
Yeah. The styles they sell for every occasion, so you never have to be 6 foot at the bar but 5'9" at your work party, because they got you covered, whether you're at the bar bebopping, scatting, diddy bopping, or you're at a work party soiree. Whatever it is, they got you covered. Stock up on all Consori styles to continue living your lie no matter what's on the schedule. If you're talking about living lies, welcome to the show, gang.
Yeah.
The brand name is even hidden on the shoes and the packaging. That's how committed Consori is to helping you stand a little taller. Come on, what a good group of peeps.
There you go.
For a limited time only, our listeners get an extra 15% off your order with code garbage at consori.com. The site is already 30% off, and with our code, you get an extra 15% off.
Look at
That's
that.
45% off your entire order.
Jesus.
Just giving them away. Show up. Support our show and check them out at Consori, CONZURI.com, and use the code GARBAGE. Consori.com, code GARBAGE. When I want to get high, I don't turn to the little, I put on a pair of Consoris.
There you go.
Now back to the show.
And my mom was like she was building computers at the time. Like,
Okay.
My mom is a very smart lady, very high class, and it's like she's a history professor now.
Really?
Sure, yeah, I was going to ask you, what did she do when you were young?
Oh, she worked, man. My mom
Worked.
worked.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
At first, my mom had 2 jobs and went to school. And I didn't know that she was going to electronics school. My mom used to build mainframe computers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then they used to run, like, before fiber optics, they used to run them through coal lines. You know what I'm saying? Which is a weird thing. My mom was a registered nurse. She was, my
Jesus.
mom just
She was doing it.
worked.
We got working.
And so she's always done something. So if I bring up right now about my mom fighting, she has fucking amnesia. My mom has selective but she forgets that I was with her from the time that she was 20 years old.
Sure.
True.
Like I've been with you basically your
Your
whole
whole-
yeah.
adult life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister has been with us since she was 18. You know what I'm saying? She had my sister at 18. So
Right.
we have been there when you wasn't as mature as you are now.
100%, yeah.
Woman.
You get mad at her.
And my mom, she acts like we making up shit on her. I'm like, Mom, remember you slapped that lady in Kmart parking lot? She's like, I have no recollection.
Yeah.
I said, so
I plead the fifth.
so you think I'm just making up
Like a politician testifying in front of Congress.
Kmart? You just think I'm just thinking making up Kmart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you slapping the lady in Kmart, I'm just making it up. She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Mama, right by the popcorn.
So specific.
Like, I said, Mom, remember that lady slapped me behind the donut and you came home and beat the shit out that lady? She was like, What are you referring to? And why
I was
you-
on vacation that
Why
week.
are you bringing it up now? No, I want to let everybody know what type of person
Mm-hmm.
that you like. Why I'm like I am.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
my mom, this lady was babysitting us, and my mom told me after I finished all my chores, I could have had this donut. And this lady said that I couldn't, and I'm like, no, my mom said I could have it. So I'm eating the donut, and the lady comes in and slaps me. And back then we had a rotary phone, and I remember calling my mom's job, and the next thing I know, I just heard. And we lived in apartments, and that's how hard my mom stopped. That we lived in apartments, and we heard her.
Dude, I like how he's dropping dime on everybody. Oh, I can't have the donut.
About to get your ass kicked, bitch.
My mom came and whooped the shit out
Damn.
that lady and drug her down the steps. We had cement steps in these apartments. She drug her down the steps, and she came back up and told my sister, now you got to watch him, shit, and then went back to work.
That's awesome.
I'm on my lunch break right now.
Yeah, my mom was a beast.
Damn.
That's all right.
And like I remember, I could like she has grandkids now, so she don't ever want her grandkids to know
Of course.
Sure.
type of person she was. And I would always say, hey man, I tell my son, listen, man, if I would have did this, my mom would have beat the shit out of me, and he'd be looking like, Grandma, no,
A sweet old lady. She would never do that.
Not grandma.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, no, listen, man, you don't know your grandmother like I know your grandmother.
You call your mom. She comes over and beats him up.
Yeah.
And she, they spend all this time together, and she does. Like my mom is in a different position than she was when she was,
Of course,
with
yeah.
me. Like she took him to Spain, right? They in Spain for like 2 months,
Damn.
and they hanging out because he speaks Spanish, and she want to reemerge him, and he's so we hang out. I come back.
This is your son we're talking
This is
about.
my son.
Okay, so they went over to Spain for 2 months recently.
Yeah, last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama, no, year before last.
Okay.
Yeah, like this lady here she is really big on this boy. Like I'm like, you never. Like I went to Liberty Land in Memphis. Like I didn't go to Spain. Like I don't
For
even
2
think
months,
I don't even think I had a goddamn passport at all. Like we used to fly, and it kind of make you. When I think now, it makes me hate flying.
Really?
Now because of how I was flying back when planes really had real things. Like I was on Pan Am and I was on TWA. I was on these different, and we had real meals.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to always wonder if I'm back here in the back getting a leg quarter, mashed potatoes. This one they would always
Back then.
peas and carrots were always together. They like even in like the oven meals.
Sure,
they was
course.
always together,
Yeah,
right?
peas and carrots.
So if I'm thinking I got a leg quarter, mashed potatoes, peas and carrots, a Coke, I get the full Coke. Like what are they having in first class? That's what I used to think. But now I'm in first class and they not having shit in the back or in the front.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
It was a more sophisticated way to travel back then.
it was.
It was
Yeah,
more
everybody
expensive.
was smoking
Yeah,
on
not
the
everybody
plane,
could
too.
afford it. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I remember
You do.
that the planes just in the armrest they had ashtrays in the
ashtrays.
armrest, and I remember this man. I never forget this guy because it's like when your memory is so vivid. He had this thick black mustache, like what's my guy from Magnum PI? What was his name?
Tom Selleck.
He had the Tom Selleck, right? And he was in with these little round glasses, and I never forget him packing his. I knew what cigarettes were because my mom smoked Bisson Hedge menthols in the box, and so he packing them, and he's like, "Hey, young man, where would you be going? and I turned to my sister. I was like, he is cool as shit.
That's like a Pan Am commercial.
Like the man is right next to me, cool as shit. Hey, young man, where might you be going? I'm like, he's a commercial.
That's a commercial for cigs. That's a commercial for flying.
He was at mustaches. He was like fucking cool, man. Tom Selleck, all type of thing.
Tom Selleck was all right, man.
Tom Selleck was
Shout out to Magnum PI. That was my
Who
show.
didn't want to look like fucking Tom Selleck?
Oh.
You know how many times I put stuff on my chest to think I had chest to make it chest hair? Like
Clean
him
it up.
and Burt Reynolds. Oh man.
Yeah. How old are you?
At the time?
No, right now.
Oh, 49.
49. So I'm 40. I'm 47.
Yeah.
So that was
That was remember Burt on the bearskin rug?
yes.
Oh, the picture.
The
100%.
picture on the bearskin. You was like, yo, man, what type of cool ass shit is this?
Yeah, that was like scandalous at the time.
And it was definitely scandalous.
Yeah, every aunt, every mom. Oh my God, him and Burt Reynolds. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Burt
Reynolds.
Woo. Forget it.
It was
Forget
like
it.
Burt Reynolds, Billy D. Washington, Burt Reynolds, Tom Selleck.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Billy D.
Yeah,
Williams.
Yeah.
Hold on, Billy D. Washington. That's a comic. I'm sitting there. I just talked to him. Billy D. Washington is the comic. My fault. But yeah, Billy D.
He's also very good looking, though.
Yeah. They were all right back then, man. It's good stuff. All right, because we were going to ask you, when did you get your passport?
That's a big question.
Yeah, it's a big question.
How old were you when you got your passport?
28.
Okay.
It's later in the game. Where
Yeah.
were you going?
I was going to Brazil.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
For vacation, work.
No, we was shooting this movie over there called this is very independent. This is a very independent movie.
Brazilian Butts 3.
I wish I would have been shooting Brazilian Butts 3. I've seen 1 and 2. I damn sure wish I was in 3.
I'm a big fan.
I could if some of this footage that we did not put in the movie would have got out. It damn sure is
Sure.
Big Butt Brazilians Part 3. We was shooting called Live from Rio. It was a I think we was trying to be the first like group of traveling guys
Okay.
that would go and shoot a movie somewhere in a different country. That was the goal. It was 10 of us. We went to Brazil and had a good time. We went doing Carnival and had a good ass
crazy out
time.
here.
And this is us right up after we came off of this thing called the Kappa Beach Party. It's a big thing that happens down in Galveston, and it is huge. It like people heard of like the Atlanta Freaknik. This was way better
Really?
than the Atlanta Freaknik. Like way better. Yeah.
Hmm.
The Kappa Beach Party, and it was all you had to do was find the U-Haul. This was very unorganized. Just like we didn't have. You just get a hotel room. You go down to Galveston, and there's going to be a lot of ladies walking around with very skimpy bikinis on, and a lot of dudes out there with no shirts on, oiled up, trying to impress the ladies with small bathing suits on, and then you add a DJ on top of a U-Haul, and this shit goes crazy.
Oh, he's on top of the U-Haul.
All you have to do is find the U-Haul.
Find the U-Haul.
And it goes down.
Damn. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was a great.
We should do it next
It was
year.
a great time.
Huh.
Okay. Other vacations as a kid. Where would you guys go? Would you go anywhere?
We would just go visit family.
Go visit family.
Mississippi, Chicago, New York, L.A.
Mostly driving, or would you be flying?
Flying.
You'd be flying.
My mom would. My mom would work really hard in order to get us places, and I think we didn't need vacations.
When did
because-
she start doing good with the career that she wanted, like what that she was going to school for?
Oh man, I think we were living because she had, when she wasn't. I think 83. I'm gonna say 83.
Okay, how old were you?
10.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
say
good, yeah.
83. Yeah, because I remember I came back to Houston in 1983. My mom was a very responsible person. When she felt like she couldn't take care of us or we wasn't in the best position, she would send us to live with other family members.
Okay.
Which, we're doing pretty well. And I come from a family which I am the only unachiever in my family. Like on my mother's side, every person went to college.
Okay.
Really?
Every person had something. Like my mom has a master's degree. Like my sister has a master's. I have
The one that was fighting.
Yeah.
All right.
My sister, the fighter is probably in the 2 percentile of intelligent people on this planet.
Really?
And she's a fucking genius.
All right.
Retired Navy.
Okay.
In all type of special ops in the Navy. My sister is a serious woman. Like her husband is a lieutenant colonel, just retired.
Very respectable.
From the Pentagon. She raised all 6 of her children. Her and her husband had 6 kids. They never went to school. All of them were homeschooled. And
really?
3 of them graduated from college. 2 of them getting ready to go.
No kidding.
She's a fucking genius.
Homeschool. Look at that.
Homeschool genius. Like my sister is right now. My sister's in Thailand teaching English.
That's not homeschooled the way you were homeschooled. He didn't go to 6th, 7th grade for some reason.
Yeah, he just stopped
sitting
going
around
to
watching
school.
daytime
His parents
TV.
were okay with it. Watching The View and shit.
Hey, man, a little charisma goes a long way. What can I say, dude?
Like my kids are homeschooled.
Are they?
Yep.
Who does it? You have a tutor, like somebody come in, or you do it?
Yeah.
Someone comes in and
Yep.
does it.
I started, and then I'm on the road, so they finish
Tough,
it up.
yeah, of course.
All of them are homeschooled. The only one that wasn't homeschooled is my older kids, and my daughter is a chef. She has a master's in whatever food science.
Yeah,
and
something.
No kidding.
all that.
All very learned people.
Learned
Yeah.
people.
Everybody seems to have a fucking master's degree.
My dad, even though he didn't go to college or anything, my dad owned a carrier service, like in the early 70s, where he would. They didn't have fax machines and all that, so he would carry all these legal papers between attorney offices.
Gotcha.
And they would money as well, which they had these bags with the keys on
The
them.
zipper keys, like bank bags or something.
Bank bags. So
I love those things.
which led him into selling cocaine, which
It's a lateral move.
Like I think it was the same because like back then, powder cocaine, the only people who was doing was like attorneys,
bankers and shit.
So he was like, I'm a carrier, I got money, attorneys, I got the clientele. Like, hey, why not do
double dipping?
Sell powder cocaine.
This is in the 80s.
And this is
That's old school calling it powder
70s, early
cocaine.
80s.
That's real old school shit.
That's all right.
Not just calling it coke. He's selling powder cocaine.
Yeah.
Because see,
That
sometimes
sounds like a new brand or something.
coke, people think like crack. You said no. It was like no. This is powder. This is in this rawest form. This is still when it's in the vials. It's going in the brown vials. So this is you gotta. And I would watch him take the little and dip in the vial, and then he'll have like all these vials, and it was different sizes. It was like 4 different size vials, and
This is fucking crazy. Your dad sounds like the coolest dude in the world.
he
by the
kinda
way.
does, man.
He's
I ain't gonna
fucking
lie.
people up. He's got his suit. He's trying to get laid. He's moving blow.
all tailor-made suits.
Yeah, he's got all that coke money.
It was my dad had a lot of philosophies about things. He owned 1 pair of jeans, 2 pair of khakis, and then maybe 70 tailor-made suits.
That's a gentleman.
Really?
That is a fucking gentleman.
Huh.
I'm talking about all these roper boots, all these loafers, and my dad was he's a different dude. And I remember he had this
Old school.
He had this German. He had 4 cars, right? He had a Z28. Jesus. He had
Wait, the IROC Z28?
the IROC Z28.
No shit.
He had the
He's a coke dealer. Of course he does. What are you talking about?
He had
What
this.
the fuck?
this
That comes with the job.
You guys are younger. It's hard to describe how popular those cars were.
I know. I only know
Back then.
from seeing it in movies and shit.
They're nuts.
Yeah, and then he had a motorcycle. He had a gold wing motorcycle. He had this little Toyota that he would do his deliveries in, for the carrier service. And then he had this car that was from Germany, right? At the time, it was only like 4 of them in the United States. And him and his guy used to meet up to see where they can get parts from and all that. I'm like, yo, man, why you just can't take this car to a regular place? Oh, this is a German car.
Can't get the parts and
Can't
shit.
get the parts.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, man, why do you even have this car? He's like, and then when he got rid of that car, he got the best car in the world that I thought was the sexiest car in the world. He had a Peugeot.
Oh, shit.
It's this royal blue, and the insides was tan leather. That fucking car was
He had good taste.
crazy.
Dude, that's as 80s as it gets.
Sure.
A
The
Peugeot.
Peugeot. And I remember when he got rid of the Peugeot.
That was like Grey Poupon when it ended.
Yes. And then
Nobody
he got
knew what to do.
He didn't know. Then he
Everyone's
got
pronouncing it wrong and shit.
Yeah, they didn't know how to even pronounce
yeah,
shit
of
right.
course.
And then he got this other car that was just as equally as fucking upper crust. He got a Saab, and this is when
A Saab now is fancy.
And he would only. Well, I knew, man. Do you understand? He would when he got the Saab, he would pull up, and you would hear Sade just blasting. Is it a crime? I was like,
He sounds smooth as
like
shit.
my dad
dude.
was fucking smooth, man.
I'm sure he kept the cars immaculate too.
Man.
Yeah. I can
He-
picture them.
He had the I thought it was only for the motorcycle, but he actually had one for every car, and they was different. He had the covers,
To tarp,
the
yeah.
tarp over. He had this tan one that he would put over there, and then he had the blue one for the motorcycle. Oh man,
He was Magnum PI. Jesus
Yo.
Christ.
Let me tell you the crazy thing about my pops. So he had a wreck on his bike.
Okay.
He and I remember that day he had his jeans on. He was going to ride. And he walked back in the house. He said, man, I just feel like I need to put my leathers on. So he had his jacket on, had his boots, had his gloves, helmet. He gone. And then maybe 2 hours later, there's a tow truck pulling in front of the house. He tells me that a huge piece of wood, like a 2x4, was on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got over from behind his truck, he didn't know it was there. So boom, he hit it, and he went down and he slid off the exit. And I said, man, why you not all fucked up? He's talking about, oh man, I just sat down on the bike and let the bike slide off. And so you're sitting down on a wrecked bike that's
Packing a
sliding,
pack of cigs.
and he just sliding off, and he's talking to me as if nothing is wrong.
If that's normal, yeah. Like he's cool even in a
And
fucking motorcycle accident.
So they taking the bike off the thing, and he walks in the house, and I'm behind him, and I noticed. I said, "Hey, do you know your pocket of your jeans are tore?" He said, "What?" And then he reached back, and he said, "Oh, I done tore a piece of my ass out." Like, you don't know that you got a chunk of your ass missing? Like, because it was a piece of his butt was missing where he was sliding, and it was like the corner of his wallet was scratched up, his jeans, and then his butt. And I was like, and he had to go get some stitches. He had to get his ass stitched up. He didn't even know. I said, man, you probably bled in the tow truck man car.
Blood all over.
Like, my dad was like, I was like 11. He was like, yeah, man. Oh, it's nothing to it, baby.
Ain't nothing to it, baby.
Man,
That's good.
somebody hit you with ain't nothing to it, baby. Everything's all right.
Based off of that, how many suits do you have now?
Yeah, let's do some cues here.
Oh, man. It's a shame. Probably 30.
30
suits?
That's the classiest answer we've ever had.
Man, that's a first.
Yeah.
30.
And I assume you know how to tie a tie.
Bow tie and a tie.
You know how to tie a bow tie.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Man, you might have the wildest backstory, but you might be the
ascot.
classiest guy.
Ascot.
Damn. You own a tux?
3.
What?
Man.
Work for the CIA?
What
3
the fuck?
tuxes.
Are you James Bond, dude? What the fuck?
What's the house like now? You're in Houston.
Nice house, I presume. You're doing what you
Doing
better
well, of
do
course,
for
of
yourself.
course.
Nice house.
Nice house. I got 2 Peugeots.
Nice house.
Okay.
30 suits.
God damn.
What's the closet like? Walk-in situation?
Walk in.
You got it.
Walk
Yeah.
in and turn.
What?
Walk in and turn.
It's got a Starbucks in there.
Small refrigerator. You get thirsty.
Do you?
No, you don't.
Oh.
I have a very nice closet. I got it done by California Closets.
I used to work for rich guys. That's very fucking California Closets is the highest end. Those checks, those are heavy checks you cut to California Closet. My man.
All right, here we go. Now we're talking.
You can tell that he actually worked for them.
I
He's
did.
like, no, that's a nice.
I used to have to. I used to do bookkeeping for rich guys, and I would have to cut their checks. And they all buy a place and get California Closets to come in, and fucking heavy bike checks had to go out to California Closets.
And this is probably more impressive then. Not only so, I got my closet, the upstairs bookshelves, the closet in my son's room, the closet in my daughter's room, and then I had them come and do the shelving for the garage.
They did all that?
Yeah. And the
This
shelving
dude's
for,
caked up.
the shelving for the garage
I was doing all right.
is very nice.
Yeah.
Like
They do good work, I
when
hear.
people pull into my garage, they're like, what type of shit? Like, I say,
Isn't that such a flex, though? Doesn't that feel good? You're like,
Yeah,
oh, come in through the garage.
yeah, come
Check
through
out
the
them
garage.
fucking shelves, dude.
And it's, because the lady who lived in my house, she has a non-profit organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
She lives there.
Yeah, the lady who lives in my house. They,
Okay.
They say she's a wife, but
That's what he calls his wife. I picked up on that
okay.
earlier.
All right.
The lady who lives in my house has a non-profit organization called Mary Kay. So she sells Mary Kay, and it's very non-profit.
That is a
organization.
cold. That is fucking cold blooded, dude.
Like, I remember the first time I said it, and she was like, "I fucking."
She
hate
runs
you.
a nonprofit called Mary Kay.
It ain't her. Like, it's crazy.
The lady who lives in my house. I'm using that. It's all right.
It is. She is the lady that lives in my house.
Sure, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Yeah. And so the reason why we in this house is because my mom was looking for a home because she wanted to get out of our condo, and she kept coming by my house saying, "Oh, it's so nice over here."
Mm-hmm.
And I told the lady who lives in my house, I said, "Hey, I think my mom wants this house." And so we found another house 3 minutes away.
Damn.
And we packed up everything, moved to that house, and I called my mom over to my house. And she's like, "Nobody's here." I say, just go in the house, open the door. And she goes in, "Did y'all move everything?" I'm like, "Yeah, so you can move in."
Damn.
And yeah, so I gave my mom my first house. And
Holy shit.
Like the scene from American Gangster.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, gave
That's
her the
fucking-
first house.
No shit.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Damn. Just got her the house.
just gave
Here
her
you go.
Gave her the house. And then she asked me to remodel the kitchen. I said, "What type of ungrateful shit did you? Are you that damn ungrateful?" So I gave you a house, and then you asked me to remodel the kitchen. Yeah, no, with your no down payment, no escrow money having ass.
Yeah.
Who are these California closet people I keep hearing about? Holy shit, man. Talk about a come up.
That's a
baby.
boss move,
Let's
dude.
fucking go.
Okay.
In the bedroom, king mattress?
King,
King.
California king.
Okay.
Come on.
His and her sinks in the bathroom?
His and her sink.
Okay. You got the shower separated?
Shower and the tub separated.
Shower in the tub.
How many car garage we looking at?
Just two.
Two. Okay.
Just two. I wish it could be the next house because I'm buying some. I'm buying some property, and I want because we have upstairs and downstairs now. I want a 5,000 square foot flat,
One floor.
one floor that with little levels to it inside, but we get it built from the ground up because that's
That's
why
a
I'm buying
big
the land.
house.
That's why I'm buying the land.
How come you want to do all one floor?
Man, the stairs. I don't.
Stairs?
I don't want to keep doing them stairs.
Just thinking about down the line.
down the line.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's smart.
And so the property in the back, I've mapped this property. It's like 2.8 acres.
Okay.
And so I got it pretty mapped out. The house in the front, and then I want a greenhouse, like maybe 90 feet.
Okay.
about 30 foot wide. Greenhouse I can grow all the stuff we want to grow, and because I get trying to find seeded watermelons because I don't eat non-seeded watermelon.
You don't eat seedless watermelon.
Yeah, seedless watermelon.
How come? Just because they're genetically engineered?
Yeah, they genetically engineered.
Huh.
I'm like, what the hell is that? Like I'm not that upper crust where I can't just spit out the damn seeds.
Sure.
Like,
That's a hard stance, but I like it.
yeah, so
I've never heard of someone who doesn't like them.
Yeah, I love them. They're
because
the
they
best.
make you sterile.
What?
The genetic, what they do to do that chemical make you sterile.
Oh, fuck.
Really?
And I like children.
Toby,
Like,
we're building a greenhouse.
Maybe I start eating them when I'm 55.
Slow down a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause, you know, and I just want a little compound where I can just go
Love that.
and
Sure.
because man, when doing COVID, right? I had COVID for like 32 days,
Damn.
and I had to stay in a hotel, and I had to pay for it myself. No reimbursement from the government or nothing like
Sure.
that. I had to do it myself.
Because everybody was at your house. Family was at your house.
Yeah,
You
'cause-
got it, so
Yeah, I had to go.
cool.
Right. But it was people who I knew in other places that had COVID, and my buddy was calling me with COVID. Like, yeah, you in the hotel and I'm fishing on my pond
Mm-hmm.
because he has all this land. He
Sure.
has like 9 acres.
If you had like a
Yeah.
little guest house or something like that.
So he had COVID. His family was in the front house. He's in the house that they have that's off in the woods. Like he off the grid on his own land.
he's chilling. Yeah, he's out.
And
He's,
on a
vac-
vacation.
He's on vacation.
He's hunting, he's fishing, he's coughing, but he's by himself.
Uh-huh.
It's like, and it was insane. I was like, you know something? I want a piece of this
Yeah.
planet where I can just go and
Shut it down.
just do whatever I want to do. And buying land and owning the land is the best way to do it.
Okay. I like you growing anything
Respect
now?
that.
Do you guys have vegetables growing at the house now?
I've been on the road and I haven't been able to do it. That's why I'm getting this greenhouse. Because
Okay.
when I was growing things really regular, the lady who lived in the house has a problem with coming outside, turning on the damn sprinkler system. And so I would come back and the birds have eaten all my tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
The lady in the house.
Is a raccoon who was like really sampling my okra. Like he was just like, oh, the ones at the bottom way better than the ones at the top. He was like, and it was a possum who was really into zucchini and squash and cucumbers. He was
Real health nut.
Yeah.
like, and then the rest of it, slug. Man, I was in the slowest war with snails and slugs. Like it was. I was salting the ground. I was doing a lot.
You got to be on top of it.
I was putting beer. This lady was like, you gotta put the beer. I was putting like it was puddles. I would cut out things and have cans of beer. Like they would just fall into the beer. Man, it's like these goddamn slugs knew. They was like, no, it's salt over there.
Yeah,
You know,
Smart.
Let's
They
go.
learn.
Let's go around. It's like they was using the fence. To come, like it was crazy. And then the plague happened. I had no idea that I was living in this zone where all these caterpillars and worms migrated through before these houses were there.
Oh, shit.
They would just come. This is probably just they normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
My garden was the best it ever been. We going out there, we eating food, and then the plague comes.
They come through.
Jammed you up.
Decimated my garden in a night.
Yeah.
And you couldn't stop it because they were all on the houses. It was like a billion of them. I'm like, yeah, the greenhouse.
Gotta
Greenhouse.
go.
But like my mom is in that house now. She grows everything.
Okay.
My mom has a butterfly garden out there now. She has all sorts of food out there. When I buy something, I take it over there. I'm like, can you do it? And she, for some reason, she has managed to avoid the plague. It's like she has all this stuff, and then she has a lot of bird feeders. So the birds come and just sit there and wait on caterpillars.
Eat the
like,
caterpillars,
Yeah.
eat the stuff.
flies, mosquitoes, anything. And the like I told her, the gangster of a garden, what you need in a garden, you need ladybugs.
Sure.
Ladybugs are like the bullies of a garden.
Really?
And if you buy them, they will leave. But if you put
you got to attract them.
if you put felt out there, they love that. So you they'll come and they'll just sit in the
fuck?
garden.
Dude, it's crazy. My brother gardened last year. That's why I asked you. Very classy thing to be gardening.
He was growing weed, but still. So fucking
Good crop.
for my greenhouse.
No plague for that. But we started this year with a couple tomato plants. So we have a couple tomato plants, and sure as shit, maybe like a week ago, I'm up there and a ladybug lands on me. I'm like, oh, what's this? And I put it over in the thing. There's a bunch of ladybugs that live on on our tomato plants that are flying around.
And that's keeping all the rest of the bugs in
Very
check.
classy to be gardening. Gardening is very classy.
He's got 30 suits. Classiest guy I ever met.
I remember when I got out the street. So I'm not in the streets no more. And maybe I'm gonna say about 7 years ago, I had a altercation with somebody, and I went to go see one of my old friends, and he has this huge garden, and we talking about the situation, and he said, "Man, I sure hope that this works out, and that y'all can rectify this situation, because it turns to be just like this, and I would prefer not to bury anything in my garden."
Jesus Christ.
I just planted strawberries back there. Man.
And I said, man, we gonna get it together. He said, man, hopefully so.
Jesus.
Because if I have to get involved, and I said, man, even in your old age, you still very menacing.
That's a very menacing thing to say.
In a garden, you just seem to be very menacing in this garden. He's like, yeah, but can I get you to step off my arugula? I'm like, I didn't know. Because you grow lettuce. Grow lettuce.
Yeah?
It's crazy.
Huh.
You can grow it in a bucket.
Really?
You can grow it in a bucket. And lettuce comes up.
We're very cultured. It's crazy.
You're a homeowner now. You got.
Oh yeah,
start
you're
doing
a
all that
homeowner. You definitely got to start doing this.
Yeah, we haven't closed yet. Okay. The bank could still shut this whole thing down.
With that property. I was 45 days out of closing on this property. Then one of the relatives dies. Because they had to sell this property because their grandmother, the lady who originally owned the property, between all her kids, she put in her will, but they had to sell it because she didn't want the war.
The fighting over who gets it.
So one of them dies. Now I had to go back and amend, and then another thing that happened, the title company gets shut down for some sort of fraud, and right before we had to move all our money to another title company, it'd be caught up in that lawsuit, and I would lose that earnest money. Oh man, it's been an ordeal. So now I'm probably maybe another 60 days out of closing on that property.
On the new one.
On the new property.
Takes forever.
And I thought we was done. Then this guy decides he want to pass and sets it into a whole nother motion of if his kids got something to do with it. Man, just sell me the damn property.
Sure. Damn.
And this is just the land. There's no home
There's
on
nothing on it, just the land.
It's just the land. And that's the hardest thing to get a loan on.
And this is 2 acres you bought?
2.84.
He ain't gonna let you forget that. I'd start calling that 3, by the way.
Yes, and I already have it because I've looked at it so much that I got it broken up for my kids. Every kid will own a portion
little plot
of this land. So, and I own the center part. That's a corner of everybody's land. So nobody can sell a land without me at all because I own the end corner
That's
of all.
diabolical.
This guy's playing chess.
Yeah.
You're like a Rockefeller.
A DuPont.
A Peugeot, if you will.
Man, the DuPont's got to be the coldest goddamn family in American history.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody looks over the DuPont. They be talking the Kennedys and everybody else know the fucking DuPont.
That's why they're quietly just fucking stacking cheddar and killing people.
They got their own state.
Yeah. They got Delaware. They got Delaware on lock. On lock.
Yeah, I don't think you can be in Delaware without being a DuPont. It's like they married cousins.
Oh,
sure.
They keep
I
it real
would
tight.
for sure marry a DuPont cousin.
So that's what you're going for? That's what this guy's doing, man. I'm talking about tomato plants.
Oh, you mean the Siddiqs from Houston? Yeah, I've heard about them.
I've heard of these Siddiqs.
They got long money, those guys.
You know, it's somebody hit me with the. It was crazy. You get to a point where people think that you're making enough money to start to even include you in certain conversations. Hey, because I know maybe like 15 years ago, there's no way somebody would have called me and said this like so boldly. Look, hey man, it's 10 acres in this small town that's available, $100,000. What you talking about doing? And I was like,
talk about hanging up right now.
yeah, that's 15 years ago. I'm like, well, let's go down there and look at it. And I went down there to look at the property, and I'm not ready for what I would have to do because it's 10 acres of rural land. Like it's nothing.
You have to knock down trees, cover up swamps, whatever the fuck
you
it
put
is.
the pipes in, all that stuff.
Dig a well, put electricity in, and I'm thinking, not ready. But then last month, I was like, I met a guy at a hat. We had a hat.
He's
store.
playing Monopoly down there, dude.
I
He's gathering up acres left and right.
I'm at a hat store.
That
that sells these really nice hats. Me and this guy talking, and he's like,
He's down there in Texas, got the bushes nervous.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I build, I'm like, you build from scratch? He's like, yeah, we clear land, and I'm like, hey man, if I had like 10 acres of rural land, what would that? Oh, we would do the bulldozers. I said, well, let me get your card. Damn. Gave me his card, and we've been in talks. I said, let me close on this, and then I'm thinking 10 acres, I can let it sit there as long as I own it, and I want to get another business partner, but then that's a family member versus somebody.
I was gonna say we'll throw in a couple of hundred. Give us a little.
I got $2,000 on it. Let me wet my beak on this.
Yo, so just say you get this land, right? And you take you break it up and you sell 2 of the acres.
Yeah.
To somebody. And then you take 2 acres and you build a bunch of tiny homes for people to be able to live in. That's kind of like, it's you tiny home, but you kind of rural a little bit.
Sure.
And so now you own a nice little community.
You are a DuPont. You're a super smart rich guy. That's what's going on here. That's what we're getting to.
Like I'm looking at, because I know me. I'm not gonna do stand up forever. I'm probably gonna retire, and I've been saying 2025, but I'm thinking more like 26 because we're gonna probably announce a theater tour for 2024, and so we'll probably do two years of that, and then lay it down. People are like, why would you do that? Because at some point when you start touring a lot, you become restless, and I didn't know what that meant, but I jump up and I'm already where I'm supposed to be, and that's a uneasy feeling. Like if I go on vacation, I have to go for at least 3 weeks, because the first week
you can't shut it down.
I gotta be. So you know what it's like to be on the resort and you thinking I gotta be here at this time. I gotta be here at this time. Like, no, I don't have to be anywhere.
Sure, I have the same
3
thing.
weeks.
Yeah.
What do you like to do on vacation? Where do you like to
What's
go?
a vacation now? Yeah.
A vacation now is me and my children and the lady who live in my house. Just
you bring her with you? Good guy.
Going somewhere. So after this press run, I leave here Thursday. I'm technically done. For until after the 4th of July. I go to Oklahoma on the 7th, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm not doing a show until then. And I started a tour in January, the second week of January, first week of January, and we haven't shut it down until now.
Yeah.
So I'm technically off until after the 4th of July. So when I go back, we gonna probably go to this water park called Kalahari, hang out there. We'll come back, and I'm going to do some stuff around the house, and then I'm gonna do what I've been wanting to do, is pop in on some comedic friends. You know, like that's has always been a thing. Like, because guest spots, I want to bring back what a real guest spot.
So funny. I was thinking about that today. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like this is a guest spot. I'm in Nashville maybe 2 months ago. I'm getting ready to do this show, and Ricky Smiley was like, "Yo, hey, I'm gonna come see you."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Cool." And I'm thinking in my mind, as soon as he get here, I'm putting his ass to work. As soon as he get here, right? As soon as he get here. So Ricky comes, and the middle is on, and I was like, "Hey, Ricky, you want to go out and do something?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So I go out, and I said, usually I wouldn't start my show like this, y'all, but yeah, I got a special guest who want to say something. Big shout out to Angela Johnson in the building. Big shout out to Marvin Hunt in the building. Marcus D. Wiley, Blame, Miss Pat is here. But one of my friends want to come out and say something. So y'all get up for Ricky Smiley. Ricky comes out and does like 10 minutes. I'm in the back. I'm kicking it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does 10 minutes and then brings me out. And I'm like, that's a fucking guest
That's
spot.
fun, yeah.
That's
fun.
a guest spot.
Yeah.
It's not like some dude that asks, "Hey, let me go do it." So you're not a guest spot. They don't fucking know you. You're an intruder.
Yeah.
Like you're intruding on this show, sir.
Intruder.
Guest spot.
That has you. Well, that's like old timey entertainment shit. It's like
Yeah.
this other person's here. Pop in. It's very.
I also like the move of you going out.
And bringing
So
him up.
so the feature was bringing you out like you were going to go a headline.
Yeah. Mhm.
You go out, listen, special guest.
Yeah.
He comes out, does his thing. You go back and hang. Then you come back out. Yeah, that is old.
That's the classiest guy. You're the classiest
Yeah,
dude I've
man.
ever met in my life.
Man, hopefully not, because
I know some real dirtbags.
I am a wretch. So I'm gonna pop in on both of my guys. I'm gonna pop in on DL in the next couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna pop in on Bill Bellamy. I already know when I'm popping in on Bill. And
You're just gonna pop in.
I'm gonna pop. I already talked to the road manager and everything. They already know. Everybody know I'm coming, but Bill. So Bill is probably gonna. This is what it's gonna sound like. He's probably gonna be in the green room, and I'm gonna show up after he gets there. And when the show starts, because I used to be the original host of his Ladies Night Out tour,
Okay.
I'm gonna go up. I don't give a damn who they introduce. They can introduce
I'm
whoever
popping in.
They can introduce whoever they want to introduce. I'm gonna be the person walk up on the stage and be like, "Oh, pardon me, one second, let me take this." And Bill is gonna be in that green room. He's gonna be like, "I know that voice."
Uh-huh.
And then
I love that.
And I'm gonna bring up whoever's supposed
That's
to be the
fun.
host. I'm gonna bring up whoever's supposed to be the middle, and then I'm gonna bring him up. And I know Terrence is over the moon that I called him. I sent him my flight information and everything. Terrence is like, "Oh no, he's fucking really coming." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coming. I don't have nothing to do that weekend."
Love
besides,
that. That's so cool.
And then after the week after that, I'm popping up on DL. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm here."
Man, this guy's got it all figured out.
I know. He really cracked the fucking code, this guy.
One of the coolest guys I ever met.
I just think that it's a cool ass thing, man, to
It's fun, yeah.
be able to go somewhere and I would do this with any comic. If I'm in town and I see you guys performing, I'm gonna come to the show. If you want me to do something, cool.
Yeah, bury me. That's what I want. I want you to fucking really make me earn my fucking keep. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most prolific storytellers of all time, who's going to hand me my ass and eat my lunch, Ali Siddiq, everybody.
Ben Foley's going to come out and do 20 minutes on Ozempic.
you know,
Don't come to our shows.
you sound like somebody else. I'm not gonna say their name. And he said, "Man, this is my fault. This is totally my fault."
I'd call a bomb threat if
said-
you got on stage.
I'm in the green room and I'm minding my own business. We talking, and he says, "Ali, you want to go up and do something?" I said, "Cool." And he said, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I only extended it courtesy because you was here, but I actually wanted you to say fucking no.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to fuck.
I
gotta tie my shoes. I'm going to work, baby.
He said, "Yo," and when you went up, I turned to my manager and said, "This is the fucking worst decision of my whole life." He said,
dude.
"No, he's going like." Cause I didn't even tell him how much to do or nothing. And he's like, he's gonna fucking bury me. And he was like, Ali's classy, he's not gonna do that. He said his road manager told him, he's like, Ali's classy, he's not gonna do that. I did like 3 minutes, and then I ended with a nice one, and then I brought him up right on the roar.
Good man.
Class act. Class act.
And he was like, after the show, he was like, I was fucking losing it. Because it was like, you walked out, they fucking loved you as soon as you walked out, and then I'm like, why do they know him? Like,
You're up there doing 25, just burying them.
I'm with any show.
You end the show, forget that there's somebody out there.
You guys have been great. I'll see you next time I'm in Arkansas. Thank you.
Start dropping checks. What the fuck? I got T-shirts I gotta move.
You know, it's type of shit that means like, hey man, you extend the hour, then they go up there and close your show. Good night. Like,
Fireworks start going off.
Oh shit! And like, I guess it's over.
Yeah. That's a wrap. Well, we got to get you out of here, man.
Buddy.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so fucking much.
It's an hour.
That's an hour. That's over an hour, yeah.
So much fun, man.
Man, you know,
One of the classiest guy.
Yeah.
Crazy story, crazy upbringing.
course.
One of the craziest upbringings, too. One of the classiest turnarounds. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
My mom would have tablecloths, even though we live in a not so desirable situation. She's like, oh no, put the tablecloths on. Like, for what? Mm-hmm. Like,
I can see where you get it. She's fancy.
Yeah.
Your dad had a lot of class.
Man, you know what's weird? When I look back on it, my mom and my dad did have a lot of different things that you wouldn't see in a normal neighborhood.
Sure.
Like, my dad was like, my mom drove a Camaro, like the original Camaro. It was gray with this it was burgundy inside. And you know how people say you don't want your mom to come up to the school because they be dressed crazy. My mom, I'll never forget, my mom came to the school one time. I was in trouble, and she had on a fucking mink. She had on a mink jacket, and with this really sassy dress. And I remember I was like, I don't ever want you to come up here again, Pam Grier. If you get your
Pam Grier.
Like, my mom got this big curly afro, and she's short, and she's
Stunting.
brown skinned, and my mom is gorgeous. I'm like, no, I don't want you coming up here. And I remember this boy called my mom a fox. Your mom is a fox. I'm like, you don't get the fuck out of here. Like, hell, you second grader know what a goddamn fox is.
You just see the car door open, the cigarette hits the ground, a stiletto just puts the cigarette out.
That's my mom. Because she smoked the long business heads and menthols in the box. And that's why I always say it like that, because she always made sure, get the business heads and menthol in the box. Because she didn't never want a soft pack.
Yeah,
sure.
So I don't want my cigarettes
Box is classy.
to get crushed in my purse. So she would always have the box. I'm like, it's crazy, damn.
Refined woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the special out right now, The Domino Effect 2, Lost, on his YouTube page. You got to check it out. He's touring.
Yes.
You got to see him. Ali Siddiq, everybody. Anything
One of
else
the
you want the
best.
folks out there to know?
Yeah, plug away
Hit 'em.
anything,
Man,
website, anything, whatever.
I think I don't even have anything else besides maybe I have some books. I turned the first Domino Effect into a book, so it comes out June 27th.
Okay.
Then I have some merchandise or whatever, but the biggest thing is pushing Domino Effect 2. I think it's a really, really good project. It has a message to it. That's why it's called Lost, and helping people cope with a lot of things that they, sometimes people get decimated over a loss. They totally destroyed, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a job, whether it's, losing a mind, because on here I go through a lot of different things. So hopefully, people gravitate towards it.
Dude, it's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
one of the best.
you are one of the best. Folks, if you don't know, you got to check him out. He's unbelievable.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Buddy, we can't thank you enough.
And always big shout out, big RIP. Hopefully resting very, very well, Chris Cotton.
Yeah,
family.
shout out to the big dog.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kippy, what do you got for him?
We're all Are You Garbage tickets, merch, the whole 9 yards. We'll be all over the road. Thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it.
Gang,
Am I garbage?
You're the classiest fucking guy I ever seen in my life.
Am I
Talking
garbage?
about building greenhouses. You got 30 fucking suits.
yeah, what are you talking
California
about?
closets. And
Garbage, I
stores.
think you're taking over. What are you talking
I'm gonna start
about?
cutting you checks.
Gang, we love you. We'll see you next week. Peace.